Sir, what is it with all these men with guns around here?
Haven't you noticed?
Yeah, I've noticed them. Why you people decided to have them?
What's your worry?
Pierre Elliott Trudeau, the 15th Prime Minister of Canada. In many ways he was the most unique Prime Minister that Canada has ever seen. He was not typical in the way he dressed to Parliament, often informal and dressed casual, with a laid-back attitude. He quickly gained fame as one of Canada's favourite Prime Ministers. The papers used the term Trudeau mania to describe this phenomenon. While he was seen as a take-it-easy sort of guy, his agenda was the exact opposite. Trudeau wanted change. Big change, and he would not rest until he had accomplished his goals. One of these goals was to expand on the work of previous Minister Lester Pearson's Bilingual and Bicultural Commission, which worked to unite English and French Canadians. Pearson could be quoted as saying, "It is necessary to recognize from the historic and cultural viewpoint that our country is primarily formed of two peoples, and that these two peoples must have equal rights and equal opportunity." Trudeau, who wholeheartedly agreed with Pearson, decided to expand this by passing the Official Languages Act in 1969. This legislation declared French and English to be the official languages of Canada. While this caused joy for many Canadians, it did so while also causing much controversy as well. Here in this debate, it is shown the main concerns of many Canadians and the rebuttals of the promoters of this act.
Look, we Western Canadians acknowledge the fact that the French helped in development of Canada, but that gives you no right in making French an official language of Canada.
Why not, sir? The French have the same rights as us to speak their own language. We're allowed to speak English. What makes them different?
Because, sir, I don't want to be forced into learning a new language. I don't like that.
Tell me, where does it say that in the Act, sir? Nobody will be forced to learn any language. It's just a simple matter of making French an official language of Canada, nothing more.
Yes, but what would that entail? Learning a new language, of course. Enforcing it upon our children. And for one, I do not want my children learning a new language.
This act does not have any implications of that whatsoever. It merely is recognizing French as an official language of Canada, expanding requirements for us to use both languages by federal institutions, clarifying roles of language commissioners, and requiring government services to be in both language. Does that sound like it is enforcing you to learn French?
Yes, it does to me. When my government turns French, that's going to be affecting me as well.
How? You are not the one that will be forced to learn French. Most of these new laws are simply for convenience for our fellow Canadians. How can we provide a service in a language that a good percentage of Canada doesn't know?
Well, they should have to learn fluent English.
That is unfair. You previously stated that you do not want to be forced to learn a language, yet you readily force another Canadian to do so?
Well, that's different, man.
Well, I fail to see the difference then.
Look, Canada is a majority English-speaking nation. The people who speak French are a tiny percentage.
While they may be a minority, there is no denying the fact that many provinces have huge French speakers in their communities and cities. We simply cannot continue to ignore the needs of these people.
Well, people who speak Italian are a minority. Why isn't Italian another one of our official languages then, by your logic?
Italian and other people who speak other languages make up a minuscule percentage as most English or French. Nearly 25% of Canadians speak French at home. If we had enough people who only spoke another language, then yes, I would wholeheartedly agree that that language could become an official one as well, especially if those people have been here for hundreds of years.
Still, this would be expensive to taxpayers. With civil servants learning this language, it will cost a fortune in courses. Also, it will be unfair, as workers who are bilingual will be chosen for promotions rather than people who are not bilingual.
Well, that is a must if we want to continue forward as a nation. I also would like to think that civil servants receive their promotions based on how well they perform, not how well they speak another language. Efficiency comes first.
Look, sir, you're going to give the French an inch and they're going to want a whole yard. Soon they're going to be asking for French to be their provincial language. They're going to be wanting more and more.
Even if they do ask for more, It doesn't matter. I hope that the government can tell reasonable demands from crazy ones. From now, though, we must continue to recognize the French people as valuable as others in the society.
They are valuable members of society, but this act is simply giving them too much fuel for the French extremists, giving them hope that they will be separated from Canada and to make their own goddamn nation.
I fail to see how this is possible. How will this fuel them to become independent? How?
Oh, sure, it seems small, but soon, mark my words, sir, mark my words, we will have a French Revolution on our backs.
I'm sure that our Prime Minister will be able to handle any such opposition, sir. Good day to you.
Good day to you, sir.
Thus, even with fierce opposition, Canada passed the Official Languages Act and publicly became bilingual. The news was abuzz with this fresh information.
I'm Tom Peterson with your evening news straight from Ottawa. Today, on September 9, 1969, Canada has officially become bilingual by passing the Official Languages Act. Despite being received with mixed emotions, surveys show that Canadians are in agreement of the act and think that we should realize French as an official language. This has been your evening news from CBC, and from all of us here, enjoy your night!
So Canada finally saw the French as their equals and not as people below them by making Canada truly bilingual. This has been a Heritage Minute presented by CBC.